5 Seconds of Summer is an Australian pop-punk and pop-rock band. They have been called a boy band in the media. Formed in Sydney in 2011, the band consists of Luke Hemmings, Michael Clifford, Calum Hood and Ashton Irwin. These members were originally YouTube celebrities, who posted videos of themselves covering songs from various artists in 2011. From there, they started to gain a small following in 2012 after posting a series of cover versions of popular songs onto YouTube, then rose to international fame when One Direction invited them on their Take Me Home tour. 5 Seconds of Summer released their debut single Out of My Limit, exclusively in Australia and New Zealand, in November 2012. In February 2014, they released She Looks So Perfect as their debut worldwide release. It topped the charts in Australia, New Zealand, Ireland and the United Kingdom. Their self-titled debut studio album was released in July 2014. History, 2011 Euro 12, Origin and Debut. 5 Seconds of Summer began in December 2011 when Luke Hemmings, Michael Clifford and Calum Hood, who all attended Norris Christian College, started posting videos of themselves performing covers of popular songs together on Hemmings' YouTube channel. Hemmings' first video, a cover of Mike Posner's Please Don't Go, was posted on February 3, 2011. Their cover of Chris Brown's Next to You received over 600,000 hits. In December 2011, they were joined by drummer Ashton Irwin, and the four-man lineup was completed. The band attracted some keen interest from major music labels and publishers, and have signed a publishing deal with Sony ATV Music Publishing. Despite having had no promotion apart from on Facebook and Twitter, their first music release, an EP entitled Unplugged, reached number 3 on the iTunes chart in Australia, and the top 20 in both New Zealand and Sweden. Their international following increased significantly once again when One Direction member Louis Tomlinson posted the link to their YouTube video of their song Got to Get Out, stating that he'd been a fan of 5 Seconds of Summer for a while. 5 Seconds of Summer were once again the subject of interest for One Direction following the release of their first single, Out of My Limit, on November 19, 2012, this time with Niall Horan tweeting the link to the video clip. 5 Seconds of Summer spent the second half of 2012 writing and developing their sound with Christian Lorusso and Joel Chapman of Australian band Amy Meredith, with whom they wrote 2 of the songs that feature on the Somewhere New EP, Beside You, and Unpredictable. The EP was also co-produced by Joel Chapman. 5 Seconds of Summer released their first single Out of My Limit on November 19, 2012, the video clip for the song receiving over 100,000 views within the first 24 hours. In December 2012, the boys embarked on a songwriting trip to London, where they have written with various artists including McFly, Roy Stride of Scouting for Girls, Nick Hodgson of Kaiser Chiefs, Jamie Scott, Jake Gosling, Steve Robson and James Bourne of Busted. 2013 A Euro present, 5 Seconds of Summer an international breakthrough. On February 14, 2013, it was announced that 5 Seconds of Summer would support One Direction on their worldwide Take Me Home tour. The tour kicked off at the O2 Arena in London on February 23, 2013, and 5 Seconds of Summer joined One Direction for shows in the UK, US, Australia and New Zealand, including 7 shows at Dolphones Arena in 5 Seconds of Summer's hometown of Sydney. Whilst on a break from the Take Me Home tour, 5 Seconds of Summer returned home to Australia where they played a national headlining tour, with all dates selling out within minutes. It was around this time when the band began to gain popularity and become more well-known. On November 21, 2013, the band announced that they had signed to Capitol Records. 5 Seconds of Summer are currently working on their debut album. On February 5, 2014, 5 Seconds of Summer listed their worldwide debut single She Looks So Perfect for pre-order on the iTunes Store. Within 2 days, it had reached the number 1 position in 39 countries, including Argentina, Australia, Brazil, Spain, Malaysia, New Zealand, and the United Kingdom. The connection between 5 Somali Shillings and One Direction extends to both artists being managed by London-based Modest Management. This led to 5 Somali Shillings being called a boy band in the media. Members of the band have said the group is not a boys band. Unlike many boys bands, they write their own songs, play their own instruments, and they are not primarily a dance group. Nevertheless, the band has attracted a fanatical following of girls just like other boys bands. In late March 2014, She Looks So Perfect was released in UK. Despite only one day on top in the British iTunes store and ending its week in the lower end of the top 10, 5 Seconds of Summer became only the fourth Australian band to have a UK #1 single, and the first to do so in 14 years. In the following week's chart the song dropped to number 10, which was the biggest drop from number 1 since McFly's Baby's Coming Back / Transylvania fell from number 1 to number 20, also in its second week on the UK chart. On March 5, 2014, it was announced that 5 Seconds of Summer will once again join One Direction on the road, supporting them on their 2014 Where We Are tour in the US, Canada, UK and Europe. On April 9, 2014, the She Looks So Perfect EP debuted at number 2 on the Billboard 200. On May 13, 2014, the band announced that their debut album, named 5 Seconds of Summer, will be released on June 27, 2014 in Europe and Australia with other releases coming later. The album won a Kerrang! Award. Luke said it was a real honor to win one, as all the band's idols are in Kerrang! Influences: 5 Seconds of Summer cite Blink-182, All Time Low, Green Day, Mayday Parade, Boys Like Girls and Busted as their influences. Discography: 5 Seconds of Summer, Tours, Opening Act, Hot Chelle Ray a Euro, Whatever World Tour, One Direction a Euro Take Me Home Tour, One Direction a Euro, Where We Are Tour, Headlining, Mini Australian Tour, 2012 Tour, First New Zealand Show, Pants Down Tour, UK Tour, 5 Countries 5 Days European Tour, Stars, Stripes and Maple Syrup Tour, There's No Place Like Home Tour, Rock Out With Your Socks Out Tour, Awards and Nominations, References, Sources. External links, Official website.